Hi everyone, welcome back to another Vision Possible live stream. How do you get more done in the same amount of time? We've all got the same amount of hours in the day. We've all got 24 hours in the day to get things done, to do things, to make things happen. How do the most productive people do it? You know, in our Vision Possible conferences that we do all around the country, we ask the question, what's your biggest hindrance to your vision? What's your biggest hindrance to getting things done, to getting your vision done? And the most popular answer that I hear all the time is usually fall into one of two categories. Number one is confidence, and number two is time. In previous Vision Possible videos, all of us as teachers have talked a lot about confidence, how to get over yourself, because the biggest hindrance to your vision is you. We've established that in past videos. But today I want to talk more about time management in particular. How do you maximize your time? I think all of us in today's day and age can say we're busy, and I think that's an excuse. I mean, I know I hear myself saying all the time when people say, how are you doing? I was busy, things are going on, things are happening. You know what, that's great. But today I want to talk to you about getting rid of that excuse that things are just too busy for you to focus on your vision. So we're going to jump right into that in a minute, but before we do, I just want to tell you a little bit about us, who we are. My name is Nathaniel Spiers. I'm one of the coaches here at Vision Possible. What we do here at Vision Possible is help you make your daydream become your day job, right? To help your vision become reality, to get what's in your head into your heart and out into the world. And how we do that is no matter where you are, no matter if you're not even aware of what your vision is, we help you find it. If you're maybe aware of your vision, but you haven't taken that first step, that's all right. We can help you with that. No matter where you are on that spectrum, we're here to help you. So for more information on who we are and what we do, go to visionpossible.net and you can learn more. But let's jump into time management. Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about what is time management, how does it look, how does it feel? How does it flow? So first off, let me give you a brief history of time management. First of all, I like to break time management theory up into three different phases. Really, the first phase was in the early, 1950s onward, when really corporate America was taking off and desk jobs were becoming the thing to be desired. Really the first initial, and remember, this is all pre-internet, this is pre-modern workplace. The idea at the time was efficiency. How can we be more efficient with our time? In other words, how can we develop tools, technologies, hacks, etc. to get the to-do list done faster? So the big thing was, let's make a list and let's look at what it takes to get that list done. And really that was prevalent through the 1980s when Stephen Covey began writing books on time management. We're going to talk about that in a second. That really ushers in phase two. But phase one was all about efficiency. But the problem with that thought is, as soon as you get things done, more busy work comes to take the place of those things, right? So there's never really a way to end that work or have it done, because there's always more stuff to do. So you just think about it like a coffee cup. You just keep pouring more into the coffee cup and eventually it's gonna what? Overflow, right? So the problem with efficiency is just that. You can be as efficient as possible, but there's always more than enough work to do. So the question is begged, well, how do you know what to work on at any given time so you can be as efficient as possible? And that's where kind of phase two began. And that's what I like to say is popularized in the 1980s by Stephen Covey. Now, in 1989, Stephen Covey came out with his book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. And he talks in there about prioritization. And I'm sure you guys have seen it. I'm sure you're aware of it. But it's the matrix of important and urgent, right? And then you can create kind of a quad diagram with urgent and important. And you really want to focus on those things that are most important and most urgent now. Important may be something that you need to get done because it has impact, but urgent means it needs to get done fast. And so if you can really understand that dynamic of urgent and important, you can what's called prioritize, and that was the big word at the time. So time management, prioritization being ushered in, that's a huge part of time management. And so basically, prioritization is just putting one thing in front of another to focus on what matters most. Now that's great because you're able to actually get things done in the order they should occur. But the problem with that is that if you've got 168 hours in a week and you say, I'm going to prioritize, let's say, my faith and my family over anything else, well, then what happens is you run out of time for things like work or finances or fun or entertainment even, right? The things that you'd prioritize later in a healthy prioritization, you run out of time for. And so you still have the problem of maybe you want to work on your vision. Maybe you want to work on your future and what you want to do. But you're not doing it because you rightfully so have prioritized other things like family life, work, school, etc., right? And so what you have to issue in is what I call the next dynamic, and that's 3D thinking. So 3D thinking, and I love, this has been popularized by Procrastinate on Purpose, Rory Vaden. He's really started this idea of 3D thinking, or adding an additional matrix to the urgent and important. So when you have something that's urgent and important, that's of course key, like find those things that are important and urgent and work on those, but you have to add one more thing, and that's the significance matrix. What is significance matrix? Well, significance is how long does it matter. So think about it like this. If you think urgent and important, like Stephen Covey teaches, urgency is how soon does it matter, importance is how much does it matter, and significance is for how long will it matter, or how long does it matter. And see, you don't need more tools, you don't need more checklists, you don't need more to-do lists and planners, but you need permission to say yes to things today that will give you more time tomorrow. See, that's significance. If you can invest time today in one or two key pieces and automations that will set you up in your future for a menial task you do today that you can set yourself up for in the future by automating that, man, that's a significant thing you can do. If you've determined one of the most long-lasting decisions you can make today is purchasing a system to help streamline your to-do list, you know what? You've just given yourself permission to spend time on something today that gives you more time tomorrow. So for example, watching TV or watching movies, right? If you spend your time on that, how is that investing into something you can do tomorrow? Probably not, right? But if you think through, well, what if I spend time training one of my folks at work, like let's say you have a team at work, and you say, I want to train them to be able to take on a task that I'm doing now. So maybe you invest, 5 hours into training somebody, but it saves you an hour a day for the next 5 years. Was that worth it? Was that an investment? Absolutely. That's significance. So you look at what's urgent and important. Maybe training that person today wasn't the most important thing you could do. Maybe training that person today wasn't the most urgent thing you needed to do. Maybe there was 100 other things in your day that vied for your attention. But because you took the time to do something significant, to train that person, now you've got an hour a day forever to be able to focus on the important and urgent. Does that make sense? I really want you guys to think about that in terms of every decision you're making. Is the time you're investing today significant, or is it just urgent and important? And again, urgent and important is key. It's important you look at that. But long-term investment comes when you spend time on the things that are significant. So think about today, if you've got a vision in your heart or a passion that you want to pursue, a lot of times the way you invest in your future is by freeing up time by investing in something significant today. How long will it matter? How long is the action you're doing today going to create ripple effects into your future? So 3D thinking, that's what I want to talk about today, is urgent, important, and significant. How deep can you go on that scale to bring about those significant things? And again, you do that by, you multiply your time by giving yourself permission to spend time on things today that will give you more time tomorrow, that will save you more time tomorrow. You have to give yourself permission to procrastinate on purpose. You need to give yourself permission to say no to things today that will give you an infinite opportunity to say yes to things tomorrow. Every time you say, and I've said this before in this series, but every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to an infinite amount of other things. But whenever you say no to something, you're saying yes to the same amount of infinite things. Think about that today. If you're a chronic person to say yes and people please, then find one or two things today you can say no to and watch how many times you'll have better opportunities to say yes to things that are more significant, more important, and more urgent. See, just be okay. Just be okay with procrastinating, putting something off that's maybe urgent, putting something off that's maybe important, to focus on those things that are significant. So I hope this has helped someone. Like I said at the beginning, we get a lot of people at our conferences, at our events that say, hey, here's all the reasons I can't fulfill my vision. They all boil down to either time or confidence. Okay? And if you follow this procedure like I've talked about today in time management, man, you're just going to see your time be multiplied exponentially to focus on the things that is most important. So hopefully this is a good life hack to help you guys. For more information on Vision Possible and what we do, go to visionpossible.net. If you are watching this on Facebook or YouTube or any social media, please press the like and subscribe buttons. Share this with a friend if it's benefited you. It just helps us to keep these videos going. And if you're interested in supporting Vision Possible, we have an awesome program called the Vision Possible Protegé program. And that program is basically, it gives you access for just a flat monthly fee, very minimal, less than the cost of a cup of coffee a month. You can get access to our entire video library that's ever growing. All of these videos that we produce every single week goes into that library. We have literally hundreds and hundreds, if not almost 1,000 videos at this point that teach you everything from the basics onward. And we're not professional teachers, if you can't tell that. We're just here because we are passionate about seeing your dream become reality. And so there's videos on there about how to create a website, how to do marketing, just some high-level things to get you started, to get you catalyzed, resources that you can use to actually get started. So hopefully this is an encouragement to you. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, click the notification bell so you know when we're going live next. But thank you guys for tuning in. Check out visionpossible.net for more information. See you guys next time.